So you guys are doing what song again?
Thrift Shop.
Thrift Shop, and that's by Macklemore.
And
Ryan Lewis. Very good. So instrumentation, we've got what right here?
Hi-hat and snare drum.
Okay. And then we also have flute and piano. Very cool. That's interesting. Do you want to give it a go with what you have so far?
Okay.
So how do you think you got off right there?
I think the rhythm changes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
during the song.
I don't.
Like when that starts playing.
Yeah, when that starts, it's just like.
I think
But I don't know
too.
how the first part goes.
I think too for piano, you came in like a beat. You came in like an odd beat versus an even beat. Does that make sense? So she went ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba bum ba da 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 ba da da. So I would count in fours and then come in on an even beat. Why don't you just try that much again?
How should I do it?
So has it always been this issue with the mushing?
Yeah, we don't really know when to come in.
Yeah.
Or how to
I
start.
think like maybe in the intro, like you do that thing twice or 4 times, like choose one of the two, and then when the piano comes in, why don't you just do like quarter note beats and start thinking of a rhythm in your head that can go with what she's got, because I think the piano syncopation is throwing you off with your syncopation rhythm. Does that make sense? So why don't you do the intro like that twice, and then when the piano comes in, then you just do quarter notes or eighth notes and try to feel what's more comfortable.
Yeah, same rhythm.
So piano, you keep the same rhythm. It's just that first snare, hi-hat, she's going to try something a little different.
So after 2 hi-hat openings, then we go. Should she come in on the hi-hat or after?
We can try after and see what happens. If it doesn't work, we can do the opposite. So that's like the beginning part of it then?
I guess.
You guess? Were you going to decide to do the iPad stuff or no?
I
I
think
don't know,
I'll
she forgot it.
We are performing it on Monday, so if there is a
Are we
way...
gonna practice on?
So on Monday, you guys are going to get like 20 minutes of practice so that we have enough time for everyone to perform after that.
What time is it gonna be?
It's like 4 o'clock. Can I just hear the flute, like what you've got so far? I just want to hear. Yeah, I think that those sound really great with the lyrics in mind. Can you maybe take it up an octave at all? Is that challenging? It's just hard to hear it with the piano. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the balance, you're in the same register as the piano, and so it's just a little hard to hear you amplify it over it.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So unless you can really blow the living bejesus out of the low notes, then it may make sense to take it an octave higher. Whatever's comfortable for you, but that's just from like an audience perspective. Okay? You want to just try it once more? See what happens?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that octave really makes
that
a difference.
That second part when you came in sounded better.
Mm-hmm. So even if you wanted to do like that first little bit of it in the lower and then jump to the high, I think that would be cool too. That's a decision you can make. But I think that it sounds a lot cooler when you get up high. You can really hear you stick out in a good way. Do you guys have like any questions about it so far?
No, we just
No? What do you learn?
figure out how it goes.
Well, tell me about it. So what do you think that you're learning through this process? Like what's the most challenging you think?
The rhythms
Yeah,
and like coming in at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
and making it sound good together.
Making it sound good together. Do you think it's a lot harder to make a sound good together when it's a smaller group versus 80 people?
Yeah.
And we're so used to that in band, right? Have you guys ever done like a chamber ensemble before where it's like 5 people or less? So this is the first time. It's interesting though. I think with the rhythms, so it doesn't look like any of you have anything written out. And if you have something and you practice it a couple times, if you want to notate it out to have as like a little security blanket, that's okay too.
Yeah, I do
So-
it at home, but then I always forget how it goes.
Yeah, so if like, so I remember that when you were trying to listen to your iPhone or iPod and you were trying to like just get it into your head, like if you just did that and took like 5 minutes to write out that notation, then you always have it right there and it'll literally take you about 10 seconds before it's like
Yeah.
going into your head. And that's okay to do that. Like you're learning it by ear, right? And then it's okay at that point to write stuff down as reminders. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I do it all the time. Yeah, I think you guys are getting there.